I'm Tim Malloy with the Palm Beach Civic Association and Palm Beach TV, and we say hello again at a difficult time. The virus, obviously, as you all know, is still, can't say the word rampaging, but still a huge problem in our county and certainly in the state of Florida. In Palm Beach, there have been 75 people with the virus, at least have reported it, and sadly, we've lost 4 people to the virus. I'm going to read you something the town has published, and we all know this is the case, and we all know we should do this, but I think it's worth putting up once again. The 3 C's. Avoid closed spaces with poor ventilation. Avoid crowded spaces with many people nearby. Avoid close contact settings, close range conversations. Always wear a mask. Social distance. Wash your hands frequently. With the unknowns of the COVID-19, there's a consensus that these are the 3 practices that reduces infection spread dramatically. Individuals 65 or older, as well as individuals with significant underlying medical conditions, should stay home, take all measures to limit the risk of exposure to COVID-19. And we mention masks all the time. The Civic Association has gone ahead and produced their own, which are being mailed right now to new members and current members of the Civic Association, so expect that in the mail, and they're really quite good. Let's talk about commerce, how the town is handling this. Conservative number, 30 stores or shops have closed temporarily for a long time or closed for good, most closed for good. And that puts a dent in the lives of an awful lot of people. The shuttering of Neiman Marcus, a fixture on this Worth Avenue location for 2 decades, is a body blow clearly to employees as well as the town's economy. The large store is still stocked but will not reopen. Walk down Worth Avenue and one after another, closures. The shoes are gone from Jimmy Choo, and the ghostly faint outline of the famous product name is all that remains. Brooks Brothers, gone. Art galleries, gone. Stores, stripped of their goods. There is a possible, not likely, what if? What if the town of Palm Beach has to close more like we did before? 150 scientists and doctors this week urged the government to shut down the entire country. These were noted people, not crackpots. It got a lot of attention. So Wendy Rutledge talked to Maggie Zeidman, the head of the town council, who, as you know, has a medical background and has some thoughts on what could be ahead for us. Here's Wendy.
Tim, as town council president, Maggie Zeidman has been saying frequently in past weeks, we're really not in a good place. So we tracked down Maggie Zeidman to get her thoughts about what, if anything, we should be doing now.
Whenever you open, you're going to see it. So what kinds of things are we going to do now that we've learned our lesson? And we're going to learn lots of lessons. That's not an indictment. There are lessons to be learned that we are going to take seriously, and we're going to employ them going forward. So some of them are wearing a mask, trying to be outdoors more. You know, if you're going to be at a restaurant and they have outdoor seating, choose the outdoor seating. When you're at a gym and you're working out and it's aerobic and if you can, wear a mask. I think those are some of the things that we have learned that we have to keep. We have to keep them here, close to us, and we have to make sure that we do them.
We want to talk about contact tracing. One of our directors, Judy Goodman, has really taken a leadership role and is encouraging everybody to become a contact tracer because eventually that's going to be very important. But with the slow turnaround of test results right now, it's really not a now level of importance. It's in the future.
That's right. That's right, Wendy. For 2 reasons. Contact tracing by the Department of Health and by contact tracers isn't going to work right now. And they are, as you said, the tests are coming back 8, 9, sometimes 2 weeks later. Sometimes you get them back in 3 days. So there's a bottleneck in terms of getting results. The other thing is we have too many infections. It's almost impossible to have a team that large that can effectively contact trace. But the first reason, the bottleneck, is the real problem. So what do we do about it? If you have been exposed, or you know, let's start with if you know that you're positive. If you know you're positive, you know that you have to isolate. But right now we're talking about people who've had the test, and why'd they have it? They either have symptoms, they know someone who was positive or who has symptoms, either in their household or someone they've been with for in excess of 15 minutes in an indoor environment. And so what do? You should make sure that get yourself tested, but you make sure that everyone you've been with knows that you may have been exposed to the virus. It's a personal responsibility. When we get to the point where the infection rate is manageable and we don't have the bottlenecks, then contact tracing can be very, very important. But right now, it's up to the individual.
One piece of good news, we have just learned that Palm Beach County has been selected as one of the testing sites for clinical trials for a potential vaccine.
The 9th tropical disturbance of the season, the 9th, that's a record, is tracking through the Lesser Antilles and has a 90% chance of developing. In other words, the system will be a factor in our lives over the weekend. How strong and for how long is uncertain, but we will most certainly get heavy winds and rainfall. It'll travel over the 4th warmest waters ever measured once it clears the Dominican Republic and heads north. We are all advised to keep an eye on the track and the forecast and pay attention to town notices, and we will have them as well. This will be our first true indication that the busy hurricane season we were told was upon us has indeed arrived.
This is Wendy Rutledge with a storm-related update from the town of Palm Beach. Effective at the close of business today, Thursday, July 30th, the town of Palm Beach asks all residents and businesses to suspend trimming and placing yard debris in stash areas or in the public right-of-way until the storm has passed. Waste placed curbside before the possible landfall of this storm will hinder collection and disposal efforts and diminish storm drainage capabilities. The town may suspend all garbage, recycle, and yard waste collections effective prior to the storm and until feasible and safe to do so after the storm. Further notifications will be issued as necessary. We'll keep you posted.
There's nothing more disheartening than walking out on the beach and seeing it littered with trash. It happens a lot because of the position of our beaches near the Gulf Stream. Wendy has a report now on somebody who's really doing something about it.
Tim, it is really nice to see a grassroots effort to tackle a rather big problem going on right in somebody's own backyard. But that is exactly what one Palm Beach condo resident has done.
You'll find bottles, you'll find bottle caps, lots of plastic. Pieces are just as important as the full bottle. In fact, they're more important. Okay?
Joanna Rolland had an idea, a simple but highly effective idea. Install a bucket station right along the path to the beach from her condo, the Dorchester of Palm Beach. That way, anybody could grab a bucket and fill it up at their leisure while enjoying the beach.
Everybody loves to take a stroll on the beach, and it's very disheartening when you're walking along to see a bottle or a bottle cap or plastic bag. And it takes nothing to just bend down, pick it up, and make the person behind you their walk more enjoyable, and to know that you're doing something positive for the environment. And it's good exercise, too.
Today, Joanna has a few friends joining her, including 10-year-old Maya Burridge Nasser and her 12-year-old brother, Oscar.
Since we were kids, we really loved the beach, hanging out there. And you see it be destroyed by pollution, it kind of hurts. So it's nice to be out there and be able to do a part in helping clean the ocean.
And Maya, is it sort of fun?
Yeah, it's fun, and also I like the feeling of helping animals because I love all types of animals.
And how, by cleaning up the beach, are you helping animals?
First of all, it's safer for the sea turtles when they hatch. They're not getting caught in any pollution, not eating anything they shouldn't be. It's just a very easier way for them to live and get to the water.
And if they do get caught in plastic, I don't think they can get out by themselves because they just hatched.
There are beach bucket projects popping up along many Florida beaches, each of them, like this one, making small but steady progress toward cleaner, safer, nicer beaches for all of us.
It takes nothing of your time. For me, it's 20 minutes of my day, and I do a stretch of about a quarter mile of beach. I come back usually with 2 full buckets, sometimes more. It's amazing what you can find. Some days maybe not because of the different tides. But for 20 minutes, I feel like I've made a huge difference. And again, it's just one person can make a huge impact. And the more people that get involved, the more impact that we make on our environment.
For the Palm Beach Civic Association, I'm Wendy Rutledge reporting.
On August the 3rd, the Civic Association will broadcast a forum with candidates who want to get seats on the Port Commission, an important job. The Civic Association extended an invitation to all of the port candidates to take part in this forum. The candidates will present their positions on a wide range of issues: the future of Peanut Island, cruise ships, port security, dredging, taxation, and the inland port. It's a good chance for Palm Beachers to learn more about the candidates and their visions for the busy and sometimes controversial port. The forum will be hosted by Jim Sackett, a well-known journalist, friend of mine and in the community, the top anchorman in our area for 30 years. And it will be posted in its entirety at palmbeachcivic.org. If you want to watch it, you can. You can watch it more than once. We'll turn it around and get it out for you very quickly. Well, in every newscast, we wrap it up with a look at our beaches and our forecast, and we've been waiting for a forecast like this, anticipating it. Not a dire one, but we will certainly feel the effects of the 9th system of the season, incredibly early, record setter, generating out to our east in the 4th warmest waters ever measured at this time of year. So it's trouble, not big trouble probably, but we will get some level of storm over the next 3 or 4 days. So let's turn to one of our experts, one of our lifeguards who's lived here and surfed in these waters for years. Here's a look at some safety tips and kind of anticipation of what the waters might be like over the next several days. What about the weekend, and what are your concerns?
So it looks like if that storm's heading in our general direction, the surf's definitely going to pick up. If it slides off to the east, we could be in better chances of having lesser rain and wind to our area, which would make it better conditions for us, but it comes right at us. It's going to kind of be like victory at sea. We'll probably have really solid wind chop if we get winds 50 miles an hour, obviously. Right. The beaches will maintain it. We'll keep open until we see what the conditions do, but
is 50 the cutoff on pretty much starting to worry about
if
things?
we start getting tropical force winds, we'll cut it down and probably close the beach, but we'll probably be flying red flags this weekend that indicates strong surf and high hazards.
What about people going in the water? What about surfers? Surfers tend to
ignore. The surfers
thing.
will be out for sure, whether it's wind chop or if the storm goes off to the east. That's where we can get good swells after the storm passes the Bahamas.
Yeah.
But most likely it's going to be wind chop the way it's looking now.
Yeah.
But the surfers will be out this weekend. There should be some wild wind chop coming in.
You and I have been around for a long time. This is early, isn't it, for the number 9 system?
Very early. So.
Are you troubled by it?
It's concerning.
Yeah.
It's definitely
this early?
Yeah, this early. I mean, there's a lot of action going on for sure. Yeah.
Back to the masks, and we're all being urged to wear them, and I'll put it on as soon as I get back in the mix here. I'm just working out here in the park with my cameraman, Philip Baldwin. The Civic Association, as mentioned, is sending all of you members and new members your own. So that's an initiative we've started. Now, let's talk about Membership Matters. If you are a member, we would love it if you'd rejoin us. If you're not a member, we wish you would. These are interesting times. We try to provide you with as much information as we can. And in a period of breaking news that's unprecedented in the island, and certainly in my career. And we want to give the word shout out doesn't really work. We want to give appreciation to local journalists right now who are working under a great deal of duress to bring you not talk about ourselves, we are doing it too, but truly the people on the other side of the bridge in our area, print, TV, radio, who are reporting on this every day. It's not an easy job, so shout out to them. That's it for this week, but we will, of course, keep a live look on the weather in the tropics, and we have this terrific partnership with News Channel 5, WPTV, great meteorologists there, and they will be working on air, giving us their material and their meteorologists when we need them to go on the air for us on our Civic Association website. So we leave you now with a beautiful shot of Palm Beach, tranquil right now, and of course Sue Patterson's beautiful ocean shots. We'll see you soon.